Hey guys, this is Benny Ricciardi from rotocurve.com, and I'm here with some of your value picks today for Fantasy Aces. There's three guys who we're going to be talking about in the value pick category today for Fantasy Aces, and the first guy is going to be Justin Bour of the Miami Marlins. Bour gets a matchup today with Chris Heston. Heston's a guy who a lot of people are talking about, but he really struggles with left-handed bats. Heston has allowed left-handed bats to hit 294 against him this year, and there's going to be a lot of left-handed bats towards the top of that Marlins order that they're going to be attacking them with. The guy that I like the most over on Fantasy Aces is going to be Justin Bour. His price is only $38.50, so he's still very cheap. You can use him at that first base, third base position. He's been hitting cleanup lately for the Marlins, and he did have a home run yesterday. In fact, he has 7 home runs in 117 at-bats so far this year against right-handed pitching, and is hitting about 265 against them. So he's definitely somebody who's a good cost saver today in a matchup against somebody who's going to be highly owned. That means that Bour should go off as a low-owned guy at a low price with a lot of upside, and that's exactly the kind of guy we like in our lineups for tournaments. His teammate Derek Dietrich is another left-handed bat who you can look at as well. He's only $32.50 over on Aces. So for a little more than $7,000, you can have 2 left-handed bats in a good splits matchup against Chris Heston, who should both be going off lower owned. The next guy I want to talk about is Randal Grichuk of the St. Louis Cardinals. He's going up against Jose Quintana. Quintana has allowed a .313 batting average to right-handed bats so far this year. Grichuk should find himself batting up in the top 5 of that order. He has a .295 batting average against left-handed pitching. And so far today, he's only $42.50 over on Fantasy Aces on the day. He'll probably be somewhere between either the 2nd and the 5 hole in that order. So we should have a good chance to score some runs, drive some runs in, and pick up some hits as a right-handed bat going up against Quintana. The last guy I want to mention as a price saver is Cesar Hernandez from the Philadelphia Phillies. He's only $38.50 and is someone you can use at the second base shortstop position. He has at least 6 fantasy points in each of his last 4 games, and over his last 9 games, he's averaging 5 fantasy points per contest. So he's a guy who's given you consistency and upside at his price, somebody who you could roll out there in either a cash game or in a tournament today. So those are 3 of the best price-saving options we see currently on Fantasy Aces. Obviously, when lineups come out, depending how things shake out, you could find a couple other guys that you can put in there. You really need to use 1 or 2 of these cheap guys every day in order to fit in some of the big bets that you want if you want to give your lineup enough upside to have a chance to win. So that's been our value picks for Fantasy Aces for the day over here at RotoCurve. Make sure to get over to the RotoCurve site and sign up for an account and start earning your curve points today. Thank you guys, and as always, stay classy DFS.